Hello everyone, my name is Lara. Welcome back to my channel where we get lost together, and this week we're getting lost in days number 5 and 6 of our Disney trip. Except psych, bitch! Today we're at Harry Potter World, haha! Don't worry, we'll get back to Disney in a couple minutes. By the way, I fully realize it's actually called Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure, but screw the rest of the park, Harry Potter is the only thing that matters. It's the only thing that ever matters. This is the park I've been to most recently, only 2 years ago. I even have vlogs from that trip that I'll put in the cards, but I am so happy to be back. Good morning, Jade.
Good morning, Laura.
Where are we going today?
I think we're going to Hogsmeade. Yeah. We're going to Diagon Alley.
Yeah, because we gotta get our, yes, and we have to get our school supplies first. Jade has only been to Hogsmeade in California. Here in Orlando, they have Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade, so I was excited to see what she thought of the classic Wizarding shopping street. Say that 5 times fast. Once again, my heart skipped a beat and I teared up as we walked through the brick wall into Diagon Alley. I honestly think now that that will happen every time I come, if I am lucky enough to come again. I forgot how cool it is. First things first, the Gringotts ride before the line gets too long. This ride is pretty typical of current Universal rides where they take a 3D movie plus simulated car movements plus a track course to give you a really fun ride. The only problem...
I had this experience the last time I was at Universal in California. Universal has a fat phobia problem in that several of their new rides don't fit people with bigger bodies, and that is one of them, and like, it's annoying, but I think it's most annoying that it's all the Harry Potter rides are the ones with the biggest problems. It's like I can ride every other ride in the park, but like in Harry Potter World, I can't do any of the rides because I'm too fat. It's stupid that the fantasy of the wizards gets broken by the like stigma of like modern society, like modern Western society. Yeah. And it's not like it ruins my day or anything, but it does suck.
Yes. So we split up for a bit. Jade went to the Ollivander's Wand experience while I jumped into the single rider line, which luckily moved incredibly quick. After that, we met back up to cast some spells. Or so we thought. We both had to go get wand repair because Jade dropped hers earlier and I got a little chip, and then mine wasn't casting any spells. And so we went to, we were told to go to Ollivander's and get repairs. And I'm pretty sure they just gave us new freaking wands.
Just new wands. Yep. Just new wands.
Because this is totally different, but that's cool. We got new wands. Yeah. That's really cool that Universal will do that.
Yes.
So it's kind of funny that they kind of just replaced this, which means that this is the 3rd Harry Potter wand I have owned since, if you watch my first video from Harry Potter Lands, my original one got stolen, and then Universal replaced it, and so now this is the 3rd one. Okay, but for real now, time for some magic.
Ah! I did it!
Yay!
I did it!
Yay! And of course, because we were Hufflepuffs, we had to dress the part. I was definitely a little extra. And we gotta get some pumpkin juice, which is freaking delicious.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
That is very good.
Mm-hmm. I love it!
Nutmeg? A lot of nutmeg.
Mm-hmm. And some more adult beverages.
I got a Dragon Spire, the dragon beer. And it's incredibly tasty. I also got the lamb, beef, and Guinness stew, which I'm pumped about. What about you? What'd you get?
I still have my pumpkin juice from before, so I didn't have to buy an alcoholic beverage yet, but I got a mini pie combination. So there's one with like beef, and then there's one with seafood. Both pies were very delicious. Leaky Cauldron gets 5 out of 5 stars. It is delicious. I can guarantee it has onions, but that's okay. I'm gonna deal with it today. So I am lactose intolerant and allergic to onions, but I found it pretty easy to find stuff to eat in both parks this week. I brought Lactaid medication with me and had to pop a Benadryl once or twice, but mostly I had a pretty easy time navigating my allergies in both parks, which was very appreciated. Alrighty folks, we have all our school supplies.
Now let's go take the weekend off in Hogsmeade.
Yes, sounds good. Yay! We have our permission slip signed.
Woohoo!
If you buy a Park Hopper Pass, you can take the Hogwarts Express to Hogsmeade. This isn't like the monorail at Disney, where it's basically just a cool way to get from point A to point B. This is a ride in itself, so if you want to see both Harry Potter sections of the parks, definitely take this train. And welcome, friends, to Hogsmeade. Real tea, I visited when this used to be an area called Medieval World or something like that back in like 2006. When they turned it into Hogsmeade, they kept the same structures, same rides, and just put a Harry Potter coat of paint over it. Because of this, it doesn't feel quite as immersive as the built-from-scratch Diagon Alley. It still has this beautiful thing, though. The castle contains the section's only original ride, but since Universal is dumb and Jade couldn't go on it, we didn't. The Dragon Coaster that was here for over 10 years has been taken out for a new original Harry Potter ride that has yet to open. And there's also a small kids roller coaster called Flight of the Hippogriff, that used to be called Flight of the Unicorn or something like that, which is pretty fun, but we just didn't do any of the rides in this park. Instead, we partook in some refreshments. How's your butterbeer? Yeah!
Excellent.
And a pumpkin pasty.
What'd you get? I got Helga Hufflepuff!
Yes! That is so cool!
That is super cool.
And finally, time for some alcohol. And that's kind of just how we spent the rest of our day. Really, we should have done cheers. Yeah. Oh, and suddenly it's night. Alright, we are leaving Hogsmeade and Hogwarts. Goodbye, Hogsmeade and Hogwarts. We're back.
We're back.
From outer space. Except
from Hogwarts?
Yeah, that instead. Like this one. Jade. That one? Yeah. And then that's just nothing. This is good. This is good. But I like this the best. That was beautiful. Harry Potter World really does have a nice range of specialty and delicious beers and cocktails. Ah, it's so good. Alright. We've kind of overstayed our welcome.
Yeah, it's definitely after 8.
Which is when the park closes. But we were just kind of sitting and drinking and talking, and no one has kicked us out. Like, there hasn't even been an overhead announcement. So we're just like, all right, let's just mosey.
Yep.
And so we did a couple spells.
I impressed some children.
Yes. And now we're gonna say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. And that was all for Harry Potter World, folks. Except for one very important thing. Oh, hell yeah. And finally, the moment has arrived. Our very last day in Florida. In fact, we were flying out that evening, but we had one more park to go to. Good morning, Jade.
Good morning, Laura.
Where are we today?
We are in Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Yay! It's also my former park, so... Oh, and happy 20th anniversary, Animal Kingdom. The park is made up of a few different sections, including Africa, Asia, Discovery Island, Dinoland, or Dino, whatever, Donald's, Dino, who cares, and Pandora, the new Avatar world. And if you don't get it, Then you aren't the only one, friend. We checked it out because it's new and why not? It is beautiful, much like its source material, but I couldn't help feeling underwhelmed. I just don't care enough about Avatar for this place to be special. I don't know anyone who cares enough about Avatar for this to be special. The big draws of this area are the 2 new rides, but are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? You want me to wait that long for a ride whose source material I can barely remember because while technologically amazing for its time, the story wasn't that great? Hell no! Again, beautiful new section of the park. I only wonder how necessary it was, how much of a draw it is for the guests, and how long it's going to actually last. It is at least better than that Camp Mickey area that was here 10 years ago, cause that was boring. You just met characters and learned stuff about the Earth, and sorry, but no kid wants to learn while at Disney World. Moving on! While the park is pretty famous for the safari ride that is the size of Magic Kingdom, we skipped out on it because the wait time was too long and instead went over to passing by this on the way.
That is where I used to sell ice cream and churros and sold the churros to Benji Madden and Paris Hilton.
Yesterday, and you told me no.
Benji Madden?
Oh,
when they were dating. Like,
So weird. Oh, the 2000s.
right?
You weirdo.
And there is this pit of hell.
Anyway, a dinosaur is a thrilling dark ride where you go back in time to try and bring a dinosaur to the present, except you accidentally went back to the exact moment that the meteor that wiped out the dinos is about to hit the Earth, and now you must escape! I know, the description doesn't sound fun, but it is. Next up, over to Asia, where we redeemed our fast passes for the Kali River Rapids, one of my favorite rides.
Y'all ready for this?
That's copyright. Anyway, we are going on the Kali River Rapids, even though it's cold. But, I mean, we did that. We did that with Splash Mountain the other day, so who cares?
Right.
And I have a poncho. Jay doesn't.
I don't.
So, yes. So, we just went on Kali River Rapids, and it was fun, but we, barely got wet at all. And there's a 5-minute wait, so we just turned right around and we're going on again. Just got done with Kali River Rapids the second time. How do you feel, Jade?
My hair is wet.
So, we were very pleased because of anything that got wet during the ride. It was not our shoes or socks.
That's
the
key.
best part
That's
of the
the
whole
key right
thing.
there.
But my butt is very wet.
My head is wet. My back is wet.
That is why, Jade, you buy a $10 poncho.
No.
Where am I going? I don't know. Well, drying off, we checked out the bird show with a giant Russell and Doug, which I'm sorry, but I find very creepy. But the show was pretty, along with the Lion King show that was super fun. We were being elephants, or trying. From the Serengeti to the Great Coral Reef, we saw the Finding Nemo musical, which I oddly remembered all the words to. It hasn't changed in 10 years.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Righteous, dude!
One more time.
Righteous, dude! In my opinion, you can't go to Disney without getting a Mickey Mouse-shaped dessert. My sweet of choice is the Rice Krispie treat on a stick.
I'm not kidding. I've been wanting one of these for the past 5 days, and I have not found one until now, so.
I always have to get one, whether I am in Florida or California. It's the same temperature in Orlando that it is in Denver.
It's actually 1 degree warmer in Denver.
Me.
Deal.
Me. And finally, it was time for the best ride in the whole damn park. Everest is a roller coaster similar to Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, except bigger, and you go backwards. This opened just before I worked at Disney, and yes, was one of the first roller coasters I ever went on. 'Cause if you're gonna get over a fear, go big or go home, I guess. Pro tip, when climbing the big hill up to the first drop, look to your left because you can see over the entire Disney property. It's fun to point out things like the giant golf ball or the Tower of Terror. Are you ready to go on Everest?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
me too. I'm very excited. I haven't ridden this ride in 10 years, and it was one of my favorite and first roller coasters. One of my first.
I always love a good roller coaster.
And it's a fun roller coaster.
So we just got off Everest.
Yep.
And we got in the single rider line so we can go again. And you've never been on it before.
No, I don't think so.
What did you think?
I loved it. It was very
What
fun.
was your favorite part?
All of it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Me.
Third time's the charm.
Third time. We're going third time.
And this is kind of how we spent the rest of our day. Hello, yes, we just went on Everest for a 4th time. And it was great. It was great and wonderful and perfect.
And now we're leaving.
Now we're leaving.
We have to get on a jet plane.
Yes. Goodbye, Everest. So it seems that Animal Kingdom has a nighttime show on the lake at the center of the park. That wasn't there when I worked here, but since we couldn't stay, we didn't get to see it. From the pictures and videos I've watched since then, it looks beautiful, so check it out if you can. Alright friends, we're leaving Disney World.
No more Disney World.
Bye, Disney
Bye.
World. Bye, but it was fun.
It was a lot of fun. And I think any more, and I'd want to tear my friggin' hair out.
no, I agree.
I'm ready to be home with my dog
Dog
and my own bed.
and my cat.
My cat's the worst, so.
Yeah, I know. My dog and cat are little
My
babies.
dog.
Yeah,
Best
her dog.
baby.
Oh, how dare! And with that, we hopped into a lift, picked up our bags, and drove to the airport. It was so nice to go back to Disney World after 10 years, but also a little strange to be in a place that had such an impact on my life in a short amount of time. I've changed a lot since I lived here, but also not that much. Because I experienced Disney as an employee, it's not much of an escape for me. When I left 10 years ago, I thought the company as a whole was ruined for me. I hated my job, I had some traumatic experiences, all while learning to live by myself for the first time. I didn't want anything to do with Disney after that. It was only after going to Disneyland for VidCon's Disney Day in 2013 that I learned to love it again. I was a little worried that I would get random moments of anxiety during this trip remembering things from 10 years ago, but I didn't and had a great time. I'm glad I was able to experience it with such a good friend. I was able to have those moments of escape from real life and just have fun, and that's all I could have asked for. Thank you so much for taking this journey with us. I hope you enjoyed this series. Don't forget to please like this video, subscribe to my channel, share it with your Disney-loving friends, and hit the bell to see when I have new videos out. Thanks for watching, and goodbye! Come see where I get lost next week. Oh my god. I look so much better in this low lighting.